Labor has, whilst we've been in opposition, championing this issue of making multinationals pay their fair share. Now, it seems that we're having some luck in persuading the government, and their budget did talk about some measures more recently about making multinationals pay their fair share. The truth of the matter is, it is outrageous that the news agency in the high street, or the chemist, the small business, or indeed the nurse or teacher going to work, pay higher marginal rates of taxation than some multinationals do in Australia. That some of the tech giants can have massive turnover and revenue in Australia and then have to pay their Singapore offices licence fees, which they then say that they haven't made a profit in Australia. It really is outrageous. So we have proposed a series of measures which would improve the budget bottom line, because fundamentally in this country, it doesn't matter how big a company is, they should still be paying their fair share of tax in Australia.
But let me say, Bob, you're absolutely right. And you know something? What you've said about deeming is exactly what's in our budget. Bill should have read it more carefully. What we're doing is introducing what's called a diverted profits tax, which is based on what the UK has done. They called it there the Google tax. And what that basically says is that if the commissioner, the taxation commissioner in Australia, believes that a multinational is shifting profits offshore and doing so for no reason other than moving them offshore to avoid Australian tax, then they will not only be deemed to have earned them here, but they will pay an extra amount of company tax, an extra 10%. So they'd pay 40% instead of 30%. So your idea is something that Scott Morrison has put into the budget. And can I say to you that we now have either in legislation we voted in last year, which regrettably the Labor Party opposed, but was passed nonetheless, and in what is in the budget, we now have the toughest laws to deal with multinational tax avoidance of any OECD country. So you're right. We believe in lower business taxes, but paying tax is not optional. Everyone's got to pay it.